starting off today's stream with some more new standard. We're playing some Bant, Turbo Fog, a bunch of new cards in here that we're trying out. No idea which ones are good, but gotta start somewhere. Got the new Frog as well, the 3-mana one, obviously much worse than Haze of Pollen, which is like a bit worrying, but we'll see how it goes. Ooh, this hand is busted. The new Lobotomy, how much are people actually playing that card? That card seems terrifying. Having your Teferis exiled is basically unbeatable. Yeah, we played some what's it called? We played some green-white tokens on stream yesterday, Lassie. It was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that deck. Getting rid of a Teferi or a Nexus? I think I'm getting rid of a Teferi, because I should be... If they burn this one down, I'm so sad though. I guess I just get rid of the Nexus. This is fine. Turbo Surveil's a thing. I don't know, I've been pretty unimpressed by all the Surveil lists I've seen in action. We'll see though. Yeah, green-white tokens is really impressive. We tried it yesterday and it just felt so strong. It feels like the lists still need a bit of work, but like, the core is so good. Alright, so now we get to Teferi. That seems awesome. Cast my unbeatable mythic. Draw a card. And tap some lands. Protect my unbeatable mythic. Some blue-black. Yeah, there's probably a blue-black list. Like, Vraska's Contempt's still in the format, right? And that card's kind of messed up. There are, like, a bunch of nice blue and black tools. I just, I don't know. I'm not sure what the Surveil package does is the thing. You have no idea how to build blue-black. You just really like the cards. Yeah, the blue and black cards are sweet, for sure. I love, Thief of Sanity makes me so happy. I was a fan of Night Veil Spectre. I was a big fan of Night Veil Spectre. The 6/6 demon has to be reasonable. Yeah, it can't be that bad, right? Like, I keep thinking, like, I keep kind of comparing it in my head to Desecration Demon. And Desecration Demon was, like, absurd. And that card, huh. Interesting. Yeah, Desecration Demon was absurd. And that card was, like, sure it was a mana less, but it had, like, a pretty big down drawback, whereas Doom Whisperer has, like, a huge upside. Targeting my face. Interesting. Are they going to grow this to a 5/5? Oh no, they're planning on pinging it with the Firebrand, I guess? Guess I just fire off this Fog. I'm not like 100% sure I meant to Fog here, but it's probably good. I'm going to have like lots of extra mana next turn to dig for another Fog because of the untap. Like, it's possible we're just meant to let Teferi go, cycle this, go to 9. Then we get to, like, run back this again next turn. 3 mana Fog is sadness. Yeah, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. What? Huh. Interesting. What do we do here? This is interesting. If we take 4, Gift of Paradise is going to put us up to 11. Then they have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're like still dead to a bolt. Guess we just take 4 though. Alright. Plus Teferi. This feels a lot worse than Glimmer. At like finding a fog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 mana. So I cannot insight into a Nexus. If I insight first, I can find Settle the Wreckage though, which Radical Idea plus Insight can't find. But then I don't get my Gift of Paradise down. Gift of Paradise costs 1 mana because of the Teferi untap. So we can play Gift of Paradise. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Then we can Insight, looking for either Settle or Fog. It's like kind of risky, but I guess it's the line. Kind of wishing I kept hold of that Nexus right now instead of the backup Teferi. I was just worried about them like double bolting my Teferi. That's the thing. We have chosen the Fog Life. Maybe I was meant to keep the Nexus. They could have killed my Teferi though if they wanted, is the thing. So now we need to find a 2 mana fog, so we're on like an 8%er. Essentially. We're on an 8%er, but if we hit it, we're like probably big favourites to win. Oh, it's like 9%? That's true. Liking the optimism. I feel kind of dead here. Well, they can cast Risk Factor to pump this as well, so we're like actually dead on board. Even ignoring the fact they probably have a burn spell in hand. Please don't kill me. Alright, deal. They might just be playing around Settle. Yeah, they probably are. Agreed. Let's bring in some life gain. These cards seem great. Radical Idea seems really slow in this matchup. We don't need the Karn if we're bringing in creatures. You don't like the Nova here much? In this matchup tie or in general? It's definitely worse because like you can't use untapped Teferi mana for it, which is awkward. I mainly had a Nova because I was worried about Shalai, which Settle is kind of bad against. By bad I mean uncastable against. I'll probably cut him over. We've got this stuff now. And I think I want to cut like one piece of card draw, maybe. Divination or Insight? Probably Divination, since we've got like these 3 mana plays now post board that like kind of act like divinations, and that they like buying 4 life is kind of like drawing a card in this matchup, or denying your opponent a card, I suppose. Yeah, you're not so high on it in the main. That's fair, and you can board it in against Shalai decks. This is a lot of fogs. Alright, this has potential. Yep, 3rd land for the gift is great. Don't have like any sideboard cards, but we have gift into potential Teferi, which is very strong. It makes me sad too, Mafioso. It has got me a number of times in my life already. Alright, I would like to draw a land next turn. That would be amazing. Would make life considerably easier. We get to go to Teferi plus Fog into untapped Nexus. It's actually kind of annoying. They're weirdly good at killing our Teferis with their Wizard's Lightnings. They only need 2 burn spells to take him down. And they like force us to use up a Fog before doing it, so they're not even like that far down on cards from it. Alright, I guess I'm main phasing this for my land drops. Sick. Taking 5 now. Taking 6. So we're going down to 8. But then we're going to have Teferi on board. So as long as they don't have a risk factor, I think we're actually in like a pretty decent position. Specifically risk factor that I'm terrified of right here. That's also kind of scary. Plus sick. We have 4 mana. Yeah. So we can just cast a Pause for Reflection. I mean, it still seems very strong to me. Steamkin is like a really messed up card. Steamkin is just excellent, I think. I do actually want to try out this mono red deck later, by the way, at some point. If someone has like a good list of this deck that they want to send, I would probably just try it out. Because I don't know. I don't know any lists for this off the top of my head. And I think the new red deck is something that definitely demands testing because of Steamkin. Hey! Alright. Plus Teferi. So you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So we get to Nexus plus Search, right? Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Cast my Search for Azcanta. Untap these. Cast my Nexus. New turn. Fogs are really good. I think I'm going to put that in the yard. I've already got 2 in hand. Could minus Teferi on the Flame of Cowd. And just go like Lyra pass with Root Snare up. I think I like that the most. Weirdly. Ooh, thank you, Mafioso. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm likely to put some Browbeats in it. Am I just minusing on the Flame of Keld? I'm just worried about dying to, like, a burn spell. Or having my Lyra killed by a burn spell. I think I'm doing this. This seems good. It means they can't kill my Lyra easily. I've got a backup Teferi anyway. Like, otherwise they can just point a single Wizard's Lightning at Lyra and she dies. If Lyra has to soak up 6 damage, then I'm pretty happy with that exchange. But her just soaking up like a single Wizard's Lightning feels pretty sad times to me. So most likely plan for today is play a league with this deck, then play a league with green-white, and then probably some mono-red to end off the stream. Since the mono-red leagues will be nice and quick. So we can kind of just like keep doing them until the stream ends. Opponent is in the tank. Yeah, standard's cool at the moment, Mafioso. It's interesting. Black, green, and green, white both seem solid if unexciting. Yeah, I've really liked green, white. In general, like, black, green hasn't looked impressive to me, except I did play against a list last night that seemed really cool. It was, oh my gosh. Can we do that this turn? I don't think we can. So this is like, this Teferi costs us 2 mana, right? I want to have Teferi in play before casting Nexus. Obviously Nexusing with a Lyra lifelink is nice, but I'm just gonna do this. Hey friend. My knight. My knight has come to my aid. Right, I just get to swing for 5 because I got Root Snare up. You've not yet seen a build of black-green you've been impressed with. Mostly same. I played against a build last night though that had it was like very 2-for-1 driven. So it had in its 2-drop slot it had like Branch Walker, Dusk Legion Zealots, and the new Ravenous Rats. The idea being that like your opponent just doesn't get to use any removal against you profitably, and you're like still doing stuff in your early turns, but they just like don't get to trade removal well, which works out really nice, I think. I don't know, I was kind of interested in that build. I should maybe cast Nexus before Blessing. I'm not like 100% on that. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They also had multiple Find Finalities, which just seems like the best card. Seems so good. Can we Nexus plus activate Azcanta? That's 11, right? So yeah, we can. Opponent's very done. Alright, let me just run this back. Felt pretty good. I could see that being the case, Bojanovic. I could definitely see that being the case. That's why I'm trying one out. I'm already on the Centaur ship. I mean, I'm kind of, like, obligated to play some of these. But I do think the Centaur seems very strong. I could definitely see a world where we just want more Peacemakers. I kind of like... Look at the Lyra. This Obviously we need to draw some stuff here, but I think this is a keep. Search into eventual Lyra if we can hold on long enough. Yeah, that's the big thing. Knight kills Spyglass. Knight is also just like standards a bit open at the moment. People trying to figure out what's good. So having some interaction with artifacts and enchantments is appealing from that perspective. Just as like a hedge. But I would agree that in general, Centaur Peacemaker seems a bit better. Right, let's find a green source next turn. Green source would be really strong. When is the next PT? It's in November. It's second weekend of November. I am very much looking forward to it. Wow, that was so rough. Jeez. Alright. Yeah, it's in like a fair while, so people have started to figure stuff out by then. There's at least one standard GP before then. So we die to a lightning bolt. Oh my gosh. This red deck is quite something. If we had a green source, maybe we get there, we get to Knight of Autumn, gain 4, be at 13, block the 2-2, and then we like have a bunch of time to pause for reflection. Gross. Yeah, just weren't getting there for a while. You'll have to beg your pro player contacts for secret lists. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of excited for the PT. I'm going to be testing for it with Jade and with Aaron Barrich. Very excited to be part of that group. Oh, no worries. Do not mind the early scoop. Maybe we do just want more Centaur Peacemakers. Maybe... How many green sources do we have? We have 8. We have like plenty. We have 14. That's about right. If red is just like that big, you can just have a pile of Peacemakers in your board. In the dark, I'm going to keep this. We have nothing to do turn 2, but... Interesting, so we're against a grindy mid-range deck, most likely. Abzan. Oh my god. Abzan vampires? Or tokens? I'm intrigued. Divination looking amazing. In the previous game. I was thinking like search helped dig for the green, but maybe you're right. I don't think it's like an auto mole or anything. Izoni plus the angel enchantment. That would be absurd. Oh my god. That would be kind of wild. Right, let's see if this land gets, what's the removal spell called? Assassin's Trophy? Let's see if this gets Assassin's Trophied. Pretty sure they're on the Angel Enchantment. Doesn't seem unlikely. We'll see. No! My knight betrays me! That's actually really brutal. Jeez. It means we can't Teferi into Fog now, because our Fog costs 1,000,000 mana for some reason. Oh, we drew this. So I guess we know what our play is for the turn. We're taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's a lot of damage. An Anthem doesn't kill us, though. Wait, an Anthem does kill us. If they go land Tristani, we die, I think. Just about. Abzan Knights, yeah, it seems like it. Although this isn't a knight, so... Martyr of Dusk is, like, decidedly not a knight. It is a soldier. And that is a human. Alright. Opponent has stated their intent. Yeah, it's actually just Abzan tokens. Wonder what the black's for. Kinda curious. Ooh, nice draw. Hey, Imogen. Oh, it could be just for removal, yeah. That would make sense. Although I feel like green-white has good removal already, because you have Tribunal. Tribunal's just, like, amazing. It could be for Sideboard Duress. Since otherwise this sort of deck doesn't have much interaction with, like, our sort of deck, right? Green-white just can't do much about your opponent casting things in general. I'm kind of okay with this. We got the backup Teferi. Kind of okay with this. I think we've just found out what the black's for, by the way. Alright, fire off this Azcanta. So what's the position with these? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, so we need to keep this land, I think. Yeah, that wasn't a surprise. I wasn't surprised at all, for sure. I think we need to keep this land. I think this gives us enough mana. I'm just like double checking my maths, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then Teferi untap gives 10, 11, 12. Cool. Seems good. Alright. Hopefully we can get there. I'm gonna have lots of mana next turn. So we get to like cast an Insight next turn as well to try and dig for fogs and nexuses. I would not like to put that in my graveyard. In fact, I would very much like to draw it as it happens. Alright, found fog. This is the best Azcanta I've ever seen. 2 turns in a row it shows us the Nexus. Oh my god. This is just the best. Alright, so now we get to fire off this Chemister's. Oh no, we get to cast a Nexus in our end step. Oh my god. This is... So we now have 2 turns on the stack. 2 turns on the stack, so we have 1 turn on the stack now. Put that in my graveyard. Plus Teferi. Cast this Chemister's Insight. Cast this Nexus. 2 turns on the stack. I will not put that in my graveyard as much as I'd like to flip Azcanta here. Cast my Nexus. Plus Teferi. Alright, opponent's done. Opponent is a bit fed up over there. Alright, what do we want against Abzan? Abzan tokens. I'm not convinced Lyra is actually great against them because they have Assassin's Trophy. Maybe that's still fine. Negate? What are we looking to negate? Like discard spells? Oh, they'll have Conclave Tribunals. Interesting. March and History. I don't really want to be countering their creatures, because they're just always going to have more creatures. What decks are we seeing most? We're seeing lots of mono red, mainly. Like lots and lots of mono red. Could add Knight of Autumn for either. It's not terrible. I don't know how much we want to even board here. Honestly. I don't actually know how much we even want to board here. But the Karn could probably become like a Knight of Autumn. Yeah, I think Lyra's probably a bit poor, I agree. They're going to have some good answers for her. Let's try this. I think I like bringing these in. It also hedges against Spyglass. It's like good against Tribunal, good against Spyglass. Like slows down History of Dominaria by a bit to buy us a couple turns. Alright, got Search on 2, which is very nice. Hey, Zyla. Good to see you. Good morning. I'm looking forward to recording tomorrow. That's not a bad draw. Force of Reflection is the tiniest bit awkward if you don't have a Gift of Paradise, I guess. Because of the Teferi untap doesn't let you cast it. Oh my god. My knight, why do you betray me? Why do you do this? Oh. Heartbreak. Now we're taking 1,000,000. I might actually fog this turn. It's going to be more damage this turn than like whatever they're attacking for next turn, right? This is like 13. Yeah. Because like next turn they're not going to have the history pump. So I think this is good. The Lanois history curve. Yeah, you have to draw a Temple Garden for it to work. Oh my god, oh my god. Please let me draw a land next turn. Oh, please. One time land. One time land. They are scared of Settle the Wreckage. Deal. You know what? I'll take it. I should cosplay Knight Autumn at a Grand Prix next year. Yeah, the horse might be an issue. I don't know that I can get an elemental horse very easily. The horse might be an issue. You can cut. Oh my god, Secrasta. Jeez. No Assassin's Trophy. Deal. You're sure, I am 100% sure she'd be able to craft a horse, yes. Please let me untap my Teferi and play. I get to take 4 turns. Oh my god, I get to take so many turns. This is great. Gosh. I'm so happy right now. This is great. Yeah, this is a quite a number of turns that are going on over here. Plus Teferi. Ooh, we got a radical idea we can cycle too. Kinda nice. Take an extra turn. Do I want to upkeep so I can draw it with Teferi? I probably do. Shuffle this one back into the deck. Because I have the radical idea to use my mana for this turn anyway, so I'm not worried about like not being able to use all my mana this turn. Although, if I save the radical idea, I have the option of ultimating Teferi next turn. And, like, drawing a card off this. I think I still just want to cycle this, though. There's, like, so many good things I can find. Including that. Am I upkeeping this one? I don't think I am, because I want to cast a gift this turn. I can cast a gift for... and then have Teferi untap, let me cast Nexus. Yeah, that's true, Matthew, so the ultimate probably doesn't matter here. Agree. Agree. So I get to do this. Cast my Nexus. So it's shuffled back in before the Teferi plus. They aren't even deterministically dead yet. Where are they going? I'm like way off killing them. Okay, never mind, they're super dead. I'm drawing the Cleansing Nova. And that ends everything. Alright, 1-1. I think we might need to just need more Centaur Peacemakers for the red matchup, but... yeah, in this kind of matchup, Nova looks really good, for sure. That was pretty sick. I am happy. They value their time. That's understandable. It does not seem like a bad matchup, George. I must admit, even in these two matchups, like, the nerfs the deck has received have been feeling awkward. Like, the 3 mana on the Fog has felt really rough. Like, already. I got a Charter Course. Never mulligan any hand or Charter Course. Plus 2 lands, including blue mana. Should probably qualify that a bit. A blue deck? Who plays blue decks? Another Charter Course. Huh. We're just discarding Nexus. I guess we'll find one later. If they're actually on a control deck, like, finding a Nexus at some point is pretty important. But I really don't want to discard a Teferi. Never mind, they're on the mono blue deck. That's kind of surprising. It is apparently not the Mirror Mafioso. It's going okay though, we're 1-on-1. This matchup seems rough. I am a bit terrified right now, I'm not gonna lie. This card's to counter Settle the Wreckage. How was the blue-black Surveil deck going? Oh, we got crushed. We lost 3 matches in a row. Felt very bad. A lot of the cards just felt very underpowered, which is not surprising. Why did this not attack? I'm confused. No, but seriously. There's no, like, blue Convoke cards, right? I don't really want to run these into counter spells, but I've got a backup one. I kinda gotta get through this at some point. It didn't attack so they can convoke. Yeah, it's like, that was what I was wondering, like, there aren't blue convoke spells. I have to hope they don't have another counter spell for Teferi here. The enchantment is Curious Obsession. Basically draws cards when you hit your opponent, but you have to attack every turn, or else it gets sacked. Interesting. So if they have another Curious Obsession, they get to kill our Teferi here, which is not great. Could also just have Spell Pierce, potentially. Obviously I could minus on this, but don't think we win that way. Hey Gabrov, good to see you. Alright, we need them to not have another Curious Obsession. If they don't, we're not in the worst position though. Like the Siren has to attack Teferi, which means they're not drawing a card. Or they can just attack us with both and ignore Teferi and pretend he doesn't exist. Apparently. Charter Course, sure. Do we think they have a dive down to protect the Storm Tamer? Certainly no harm is... Oh my god, Mafioso, isn't that the truest? Huh. I guess I'm just firing off this Charter Course. Oh no, I can plus Teferi first. What am I doing? What am I doing? Plus Teferi. And fire off Charter Course. Huh. I could Insight now instead. I have cards I want to discard though. Already. This is probably fine. Okay, multiple Root Snares makes me really happy. That is very good for us. So I can go Karn, and then we're going to have 4 mana for double Root Snare. Siren can counter Settle, yeah. Agreed, that is quite irritating. Cool, that is fine with me. Didn't need that Karn anyway. I guess it's going to make winning hard, because we only have the 1 card in our deck. We're going to have to kill them with Teferi decking. So that's annoying. But other than that, I don't really mind losing the Karn. Keep attacking us. I probably still want to Root Snare though. Stops them like drawing a card. Yeah, hopefully they do Secraster. That would make life easier. Alright. Plus Teferi. What am I doing? I can chart a course or insight. If I chart a course, I can get to play this turn. How much mana do I have? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 mana this turn. I want to be able to cast Root Snare, so that puts me on 9. Search will put me on 7. So I can insight and do other things. So I guess I'm just going to insight to start. Alright, so I can cast this charter course. If I play the search, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I can't insight in the same turn. Yeah, so I'm going to lead with chart. And then we can play our search. Pass with snare. Cool. It's possible we end up losing our Teferi here, but even if we do, I don't think that's necessarily the end of the world, because we're going to have search active next turn to start digging for more Nexuses and try and just like keep casting Nexuses all the time. Do this upkeep. I guess we exposed this to Spell Pierce when we didn't need to. That might have been bad of me. Although we figure they probably don't have a Spell Pierce by this point. Alright, I am surprised we won that. Kinda interested in these Lyras. I think these Settle the Wreckages seem atrocious against the stupid, the Siren Storm Tamer. I think this Karn seems pretty bad too. I wouldn't hate like a Negate or two to fight over some of their counter magic, because there are going to be turns when we really need to make sure specific spells resolve. Something like this seems fine. I could take out like a draw 2 for another Negate. I don't think that's like unreasonable. Let's try this though. This is borderline. If either of these were untapped lands, I would keep this. As it is, I'm less sure. We are on the draw, so we get like 2 looks and untapped land for this hand to be like good. This hand is what we call going third, indeed. I'm gonna keep this, but I would not blame someone for mulliganing it. If I was on the play, I think I might actually mulligan it. But getting like 2 looks at a land to make it like actually really decent seems fine. Yeah, chart makes it keepable for sure. Land. Alright, thank God. I was about to be really embarrassed. What am I discarding? What am I discarding? It's one of Teferi or Divination. It's one of those two, or the Nexus. Teferi, Divination, or Nexus. We obviously want the Lyra, we want a Teferi. We want the Root Snare, we want the Gift. You reckon the Nexus? I think it might be the Nexus, yeah. I think I agree. I think I agree with you. I think it's like close between that and a Teferi, but having a second Teferi in case they can deal with the first one easily, which they probably can, this definitely appeals to me. Search for Azcanta, that is nice. That means we get to double spell. That is very, very good for us. Search is also going to like help us dig towards lands here, or trade with a counterspell, which is also fine. Need to like get through those counterspells somehow. I think I'm playing Lyra next turn. I want to get through like all the counter magic before I play a Teferi, if I can. Wizardless wizards. Indeed. Is I mean they have like Siren Storm Tamer, but so if they have a counterspell we die, which is not great. That doesn't sound ideal. Yeah. Rough. Rough. Okay. That was abrupt. Stroke in standard feels kind of awesome. Stroke is just like a very good card. I saw lots of play like last time it was in standard, right? People were even main decking it. This matchup was nearly unwinnable. It feels pretty bad, George, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like kind of a nightmare. This sound seems reasonable. Yeah, it was main decked in Jeskai Black, yep. It was always very good in that deck. Miscloaked Herald. Hopefully the Herald isn't too obsessed. Oh, come on. No! Rude. Rude. Jeez. We do need that fog at some point, I guess. I guess that's like a part of the puzzle. Not convinced this game is actually winnable. But, you know. Like, they basically have Glint Sleeve Siphoner in play right now. Turbocharged Glint Sleeve Siphoner. They are drawing cards. Okay. They're missing the land drops. I could just Fog plus with Negate backup in their turn to stop them drawing a card. Try and, like, keep them off lands here. Yeah, they did miss their third land. The alternative is, I don't think they're going to fight over the Pause for Reflection, so I think I'm just going to Charter Course to fill my yard for the search. So I don't think they're going to fight over this anyway. If they do, I'm not convinced I won't necessarily even want to fight back. But I am going to fire off this Pause for Reflection in their turn, just to try and deny them a card here. Try and cut them off a land drop. Whilst we, like, set up our search for Azcanta. This is where they're meant to discard Negate to put the fear on us. Alright, fire off this chart. Yep. Do we want our land drop for in like 20 turns time, or do we want the backup at Azcanta for the scry? Yes, we keep our land drops. The power discards are underrated. I think I got to do that in the top 8 of Nationals. I got to like discard like a counter spell or something in my end step because I had 8 cards in hand for like multiple turns in a row. Oh, Blood Operatives, the rulings, like the way Blood Operative works is so strange. I kind of want this, right? It's like a time walk whilst I'm drawing cards of Azcanta. Yeah, surveilling Operative into the yard is so weird. I would like to cast my Root Snare. Cool. Glad we're on the same page with that one. Activate my Azcanta. Yep, that is not a fog. Okay. Kind of clinging on over here. I think I'm just gonna upkeep this. Cool. Yeah, Hypothesis is always really weird, like the way it works in the rulings. Because, like, you don't want, like, because the way they want the card to work is that you don't have to target until you know the info of what you've drawn, right? So that plays really strangely. What are we doing? Alright, activate Azcanta. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess I take Teferi. Doesn't actually achieve very much is the problem. I guess I take Chemister's Insight instead. Hypo the Sizzle. Oh my god. That's how I pronounced it the first time I saw that card, Hypo the Sizzle. I'm dead to like a Merfolk Trickster, but I'm gonna take this Insight. Don't think casting the Teferi really achieves very much. They still have us on a 2-turn clock even if we do that. I just like need to find a Nexus so that I can defend Nexus with Negate next turn and try and go off. Alright, draw 2 magical cards. It's not bad. It is bad. It can't block the Mistcloak Herald. Never mind, it's terrible. Never mind. Wishful thinking on my part there. First Strike Lifelink doesn't do anything, clearly. What? This power play, discard 2 Curious Obsessions. Just like actively terrifying. Yeah, they must have double Negate up. Okay. We don't have a second Negate is the problem, Ty. I only brought in the 1 Negate. God, this matchup feels horrific. How did we even win a game? They're just like counter spells and 1-drops. And card draw. Yeah, we only bought the 1 in the end. I didn't know how to make room for any more Negates. I also didn't know whether we'd want any more Negates. I guess how that game played out, we kind of did want more. That was certainly a game that occurred. Let's face some more green-white. I'm in for facing more green-white. Green-white creatures versus fogs. Has to wait for this to load. You cannot ever beat mono blue nonsense with fog. Yeah, that seems quite probable. Did not seem like the easiest matchup for us. Lost to it 9 out of 10 times, but didn't care because you're like never facing mono blue in the RPTQ. I'm still amazed that, so like I took blue black mid range to the RPTQ and I faced the 4 times main deck Carnage Tyrant, 4 times Vine Mare, 4 times Verdurous Gearhawk, 4 times Hadana's Climb deck, which seems like the most unwinnable matchup I've ever seen, and I got incredibly lucky, as I do. This hand is amazing. Jeez. Just needs a Teferi to pull the room together. You were certain I was certain I was dead. We got like halfway into game 1 and I was like, well, this was a fun RPTQ. Yeah, game 2, at one point there was like 2 Carnage Tyrants and 3 other creatures on their side. And I didn't draw a Scarab God all game, and I won somehow. I just still don't understand it to this day. Teferi. Am I getting rid of the Karn? Seriously? Getting rid of Karn is so awkward. It makes winning this game, like, dramatically harder. Because I have to deck them with Teferi, but they'll probably scoop anyway. Pitch the Nexus. Kinda like the Nexus. If we untap with the Teferi, then the Nexus, like, is kind of sick. Yeah. I'm gonna regret this in 10 minutes time. I'm sure. Oh god, one of my friends posted on Facebook that they had a judge call at the pre-release of Judge. We accidentally flipped over the top 2 cards of my library and there was an Archimever, so we decided to put it into play. This happened 4 turns ago and we only just realised that we should probably call you because this is probably not what's meant to happen. It's just like, what on earth? How is this reality? I think we're looking pretty good this game. They could have a, what's it called? Assassin's Trophy. If they have an Assassin's Trophy, we could be in trouble. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good. No, this was just like a normal pre-release, but it still sounded like a nightmare for all involved. Mainly the judge. Mainly the judge. Alright, no Assassin's Trophy, please. God damn it. Oh, this game just got harder. We still got a couple turns. We have to like draw some cards, figure something out. Hey, we figured something out. We're so smart. We are so smart. I got bad news for you, friend. I've got bad news. Sorry. If we draw a Teferi, we get to immediately take an extra turn, which is nice. Because we have 1 mana Teferis at the moment. Yes, I'm just flashing back Insight in the turn. I could chart this turn to try and hit Search for Azcanta. But if I draw Search for Azcanta, I get to go Search plus Nexus, which is still great. So I'm just going to pass. Flashback Insight. Didn't that rotate? It did not rotate. It most certainly did not. I ramped them so hard. They have so much mana. They have infinite mana. I got to, when I ran the pre-releases in Bristol, I got to take part in them for free, which was pretty great. Although I had to stop running them after a while, they're just like exhausting. Or like I'd run like one out of the two in the weekend and someone else would run the other one. Yeah, running Magic events is intense, for sure. That's pretty good. That is pretty reasonable, one might say. White, 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 dupe, dupe. Oh, we got blue mana of this. I almost messed up. Almost. Destroy all creatures. I guess they can destroy my Azcanta. It means they're not drawing a card though. Whatever. Yeah, Vraska kills Azcanta, but it means they're not drawing a card. It means they can deploy less threats to the battlefield. It's kind of whatever. Sure. Hey, friend. Hey. Please don't have Assassin's Trophy. They did not have Assassin's Trophy. Good news. Good news for all involved. Fun was had by all. Alright, so this upkeep stops so we can shuffle it into our deck before we draw. Alright. Oh no, so unlucky. Whatever will we do? Whatever will we do? Do I want to play this out? I've got like draw twos in my deck, but I've also got like things that want me to discard. I'm probably just going to hold it. It doesn't really matter. Kind of immaterial. I wouldn't hate ultimating Teferi. They probably just can't beat a Teferi ultimate with their deck, right? They probably just can't beat a Teferi ultimate with their deck. We are meant to kill with Karn, but mostly we just hope our opponents scoop. Mostly we just hope our opponents scoop. What do we want against them? I really want this Chemister's Insight because they're like kinda slow. Like this stuff I'm kinda looking at. I'm a bit scared of Sorcerer Spyglass, but not many people are playing that at the moment. Settle the Wreckage is really bad against discard. But it's obviously really good against them outside of that game. I did see that. March of the Multitudes is just great. It's a very good card. It's not terribly surprising that it got bought out. I am so scared of Sorcerer's Spyglass, but I don't know that I can bring in the Knights in the Dark against their deck. You just don't do very much when my opponent doesn't have Spyglass. We don't even know that they're playing that card. Not many people are at the moment. I think I am going to bring in some Lyras though. Or probably bring in some Lyras. Obviously they have Assassin's Trophy, but if they're trophying this, they're not trophying Teferi. Which is something at least. Maybe just don't bring in this third insight. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd got hold of my March of the Multitudes. There's like a decent chance I end up playing that card. I was very impressed with the green-white deck when we tried it out. Yes, I'm keeping this hand. It's like pretty sub-medium. Doesn't have ramp or search, but like settle on good mana. Oh, they could have Vivian read, that's true. That makes Lyra a lot worse if they have Vivian. That is very true. Maybe Lyra's just not good then. Like, I think Assassin's Trophy isn't the end of the world, but when they have Assassin's Trophy and Vivian, it gets a bit more awkward. Alright, that is a big elf. Oh geez, beating Fiery Cannonade seems tough for sure. I would not want to have to face lots of Fiery Cannonades with that deck. Like, the tokens decks are very beatable if you want to beat them. That is, like, definitely a concern for them, right? If you want to beat the tokens decks, you can. That's just, like, a fact. Just slam a Divine Visitation, oh my god. Incoming Settle the Wreckage. Alright. I mean, yes, this is the life we live in. Just ramp them. They're missing land drops, which makes this, like, not ideal, but it also gives them black mana, also not ideal. Oh, I did, yeah, that was yesterday. That draft deck was sick. The Patient Rebuilding Tezzeret deck. That was a delight. As we're just taking 6 here, I get to fire off my Chemister's Insight. Interesting. Incoming Duress. I can just let this resolve, right? Because if they take the Insight, I get to cast it anyways. And this way we deny them info on what we're drawing off the Insight. Like, if we find a Teferi, we really don't want them to be able to take it. I mean, a Ketra's Monument would have been, like, pretty good. If not for if not for Chain Whirler. Like, Aketra's Monument was, like, doing some nice stuff before that point, and, like, got lots of new tools. But just Chain Whirler ruins everything for that deck. So it's understandable that they, like, were a bit scared. I think they overdid it a bit, even then, but... this seems good for me. Do I like District over Banalish Marshal? I'm not sure, J-Boy. We played, so we played District yesterday, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And Banalish Marshal was a card I would like to try out. I think I was really impressed with Tristani. Tristani felt amazing. So, I could see Banalish Marshal just being really good. Potentially. That's a strong Assassin's Trophy. It's possible I just have to cycle this Nexus. You might try Mentor of the Meek instead of Guide. That can't be too bad. Alright, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I fire this off, I get to like go chart into Teferi. Kinda want to do that. Feels a lot safer to me than like any of our other options. Gives us a lot, like, this is basically an Explore, but I'm kinda in for an Explore right here. Explore sounds pretty reasonable to me. So are we leading with Chart or Teferi? I think I just lead with Chart before anything else. Yep. Because both of these are lethal, so I have to find a Fog. What am I doing? So I have 7 mana, so I can either Insight looking for one of our 2 remaining Root Snares, or I can Teferi plus looking for, we bought it out of Settle, right? So Teferi plus can find either a Root Snare or Pause for Reflection. So we have 4 hits either way, right? Regardless of what we do here, we have 4 hits. This gets us 2 looks at 2 hits. This gets us 1 look at 4 hits. But the Teferi helps push us ahead more. So I guess I'm going to Teferi. Nice. Skill game. Etc. We would not have got there with the Insight, apparently, or at least the first card would not have got there. We do get lucky a lot here. We do. What would I recommend for a PPTQ coming up next weekend? Probably Mono Red. Mono Red or Green White tokens are the 2 decks that, like, I think I would consider. But I haven't actually tested enough of the cards yet. I don't know 100%. Like, I haven't tried out Mono Red myself yet. I'm just going off what I've heard about the deck, which has made it sound very impressive. So we're back in this position again. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So if I Teferi, I can draw Nexus. Teferi plus can draw me Nexus, Pause, or Root Snare. So that's 2, 3, 7 hits. If I insight first... Like, I always get to insight after the Teferi anyway. The only thing that insight can hit 2 cards down that Teferi plus insight can't is the 5 mana Wrath. I guess I'm just gonna lead with Teferi. No, we minus on this, we died to the Lieutenant. Minusing on this just leaves us dead. Exclamation mark lucky. I guess I meant to do this now, because I can draw a search for Azcanta, right? So I should do this now. Makes me like a bit weaker to duress, I guess, but... Oh, Steamkin is amazing. Steamkin is very impressive. That's a big part of the appeal of Mono Red. Like, Steamkin is actually absurd. It's like often just a 2 mana 4/4. Alright. To keep these wheels spinning somehow. Somehow, some way. Thank God. Just about clinging on. Skin of our teeth. Yeah, Steamkin's just like, it's often a 4/4 or a 5/5, and it's also like acceleration. I've seen it in combat. I've like been killed by people casting Fight with Fire with Steamkin. They like attack with their Steamkin a bunch. It becomes like a 5/5. You maybe Settle the Wreckage them, so they have like their 6th land, and then they just make 3 mana with Steamkin and Fight with Fire you and you die. It's so unreal. Yeah, I wouldn't mind drawing a Nexus of Fate at some point. Make this game a bit less terrifying. This game's just life. This is heckin' nice. Right? This is just like really nice. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is like just happening. Can I insight before Lyra? I think I can. Right? I still have enough mana for Lyra plus search this way. And we can draw the Nexus and make this game really easy. I'm back. That was pretty great. Oh, it says on the card. It's still a 4/4 though. 4/4 is still just massive. 2 mana, like, I would play a 2 mana 4/4. It's basically Tarmogoyf. Basically Tarmogoyf. Hey Fex, good morning. Or good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. We're off to a clean 2-2 start. Let's get that 3-2 one time. Evening in Singapore. Okay, good evening. I do not expect to remember the appropriate time of day, but Tarmogoyf doesn't even give mana. Tarmogoyf Electromancer. Oh my god, Steamkin Tron sideboard tech. They kill your Urza's land and you just make 3 mana with your Steamkin. Busted. go first here. This hand is, like, basically absurd, right? This is basically the dream hand. We need a third land, I guess, but... Oh, nice. That's pretty great facts. I've had a bunch of people send me pictures of those. Yeah, green white, like, isn't that hard to play. There's, like, some sequencing stuff with Convoke that isn't necessarily, like, super easy, but it isn't hardest in the world. There's lots of just turning creatures sideways. I think it's, like, a fine deck to choose if you're just looking for a new player-friendly deck. Is it a good league? This league's been pretty good. I would like a land. A land sounds perfect. In fact, I just want lots of blue mana, so I guess I'm putting it on a Temple Garden. They're not going to play Field of Ruin in their deck anyway. I just want lots of blue mana. I mean, I need to draw a Fog to have won. I don't currently have a Fog or the extra land, but we are in a good position. Definitely in a very good position. So I'm going to keep Fog or land on top because I just want to make sure I hit them. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to fire off this Charter Course. So I don't really want to play the Teferi until we have a Fog effect in hand, I think. Just like get some cards in the yard for the search too. Okay. Discard one Nexus, because then we have our land drops for the next couple turns. Next turn we get to go Teferi plus pause into untap Nexus and try and go off. Or at the very least, like, accrue some cards. Is it Viashino Pyromancer? I like how, like, Hazoret leaving the format has weirdly made the, like, specifically made the card... What's it called? Made the card... What's the red enchantment called? The Red Saga. I'm awful with names sometimes. Flame of Keld. It's made Flame of Keld better. Because part of the problem with Flame of Keld as a magic card used to be that you'd want to cast it on turn 4 or 5 when you had like 4 or 5 mana and your hand was empty, because then you'd get like max value off it. If you're looking to be on like 4 or 5 mana and have your hand empty, then you should just be casting Hazoret. But now Hazoret's gone, which makes Flame of Keld like just make more sense. Am I just taking this? I go to 6. I die to 2 more bolts. But I think I have to take this. Because I need to go to Teferi into Fog next turn. If they have 2 bolts, I die, which sucks. But, I mean, there's not a lot we can do about that. I think we just need this Fog in order to win the game. It's actually pretty good. Actually wouldn't mind that card. To get us out of, like, range of a bunch of lightning bolts. I can't use it this turn, though. Which makes it a lot less exciting. I think I'm gonna draw it. I think I'm gonna draw it. I'm not like 100% on this. Alright. So we need them to not have 6 damage of burn in hand right now. Otherwise we die. If they don't, we get to pause for reflection, hopefully untap with a Teferi in play. Well, this is bad news. They're just killing us. Oh. Huh. I mean, don't really know what we're meant to do here. I guess we let them draw free, since they're already going to have something they can cast next turn anyway. No, this card is great, Ty. I think this is a very good browbeat. I think everyone who's calling this bad is being silly. I think this card's really impressive. Well, in my opinions on green-white tokens, I think green-white tokens is a very good deck. I think it needs some tuning. I think people need to, like, figure out what cards are actually good in it. But I think green-white is pretty great. I was very impressed by it yesterday. March of the Multitudes is just, like, absurd. It's very, very strong. Yeah, it's browbeat with flashback, and that often costs 0 mana. Like, often it just costs 0 mana with Steamkin. Does it have a good enough sideboard to battle blue-white? We didn't face blue-white. My suspicion is, A, that blue-white isn't very good, and B, that even if it is... I don't know, I think you have enough game. I think you have some game against blue-white. It's, like, obviously not great for you, but... Yeah, I think blue-white's just, like, struggling to deal with what the format's throwing at it at the moment. Why is struggling? The mana's not great. You have to play a bunch of Meandering Rivers. And, like, the red deck and tokens force you to, like, fight from very extremely different angles, as does, like, green-black. So, like, you're being forced, like, the threats are, like, really diverse at the moment in terms of what you're having to fight. Like, green-white forces you to have a bunch of Wraths and card advantage to keep up with the fact you're having to cast so many Wraths. Green-black is just, like, super grindy, and mono-red is just forcing you to, like, have an absurd amount of early interaction. So you're just being torn from the format in, like, too many directions, which is kind of a nightmare. Have I played Jeskai Control already? I have not. It's on the list of things I wouldn't mind trying, but we've not played it yet. I don't want to put this in the yard. I'm going to get to Nexus this turn, right? So I get to cast this, and then I get to untap these in Nexus. I'm going to put this in the yard, I think. Like, the life gain's actually pretty nice is the problem. It's like the thing that makes me kind of want to keep it, but I think there's a decent chance I just have to fully go off this turn. Because I think if we let them untap, we might just die. So, well, at the very least, I need to get really far ahead this turn. So I just need to draw as many Nexuses as humanly possible. In the graveyard, plus Teferi. Am I on to the second match? This is the 5th match, Mike. This is the 5th match. I don't want a minus on Steamkin. Is that crazy? I guess they still get to cast a Risk Factor if I do that. I'm probably just dead when they untap. Never mind, that's a really good card. Jeez, that is very, very good. Gets the Steamkin off the board. Basically forces them to burn us. We are 2-2, Mike. People have been conceding really early, it's great. It is great. They do get to draw 3, you are correct. They get to cast their 3rd Ancestral Recall of the game. Yeah, it's an instant. It's really, really good. Risk Factor is really underrated. It's like the best browbeat ever. Also, I tapped incorrectly, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't actually affect anything here. It's kind of tilting. If I kept... I guess if I kept the extra Gift for Paradise, I wouldn't have drawn the Cleansing Nova. And they'd have a lot of mana, so we'd probably have just died. So actually it's actually fine that I got rid of the Gift of Paradise. Oh, yeah, Experimental Frenzy is really strong. That card has seemed very impressive when I've seen it. I would agree that that card is pretty great. Right. I will not put that in my graveyard. Oh, I should cast this before Blessing. That was terrible. Jeez, that was really bad. That was very, very bad. I'm going to cast this Root Snare so that I can flip my... I'm going to cast the Settle so that I can flip my Azcanta. Yeah, I should have cast it before the Teferi plus. You're correct. I'm pretty amazed we aren't dead. They have Ancestral Recalled 3 times with their Lava Spike deck. Which I hear is decent. Oh my god, we're so lucky. How on earth are we in this game? How on earth are we in this game? Alright, I mean, those are 4 non-Nexus cards to the bottom, so, you know, I'm kind of okay with that. Interesting. It is possible that I meant to ultimate Teferi. I guess I get to activate Azcanta first. Because if I draw a Chemister's Insight, then I can ultimate Teferi. Never mind, I can just take this Nexus instead. Seems great. -8 Teferi. Cast my 1 mana Teferi. Oh, then we can't Nexus? I am stupid. No, wait, we're gonna get untapped. No. Oh, I can't Nexus if I cast Teferi here. I suck. I suck. Alright. Does this let me cast Nexus? No? Cool. I guess I'm just casting my Nexus then. Hopefully I didn't throw this game. Still seems pretty hard for us to lose. Start exiling lands. Agreed. Agreed. Charter course, huh? Nice. I don't want to cast Gift of Paradise before I do anything else, I guess. Guarantee I gain my life. And then I don't get to chart a course. I think I'm gonna gift into cast chart. Exile 2 lands. They do have a wizard in play now though. They could just double wizards lightning me. Ugh. They can't have lightning. Oh, because we'd be dead at some point. Yeah, they'd fire it off into the exile untapped land. You're correct. You're correct. I think I'm just doing this. Seems like some good stone raining. They can have combinations that kill me, but it seems pretty unlikely. If I untap, I just win, right? It's possible I ultimated that Teferi too aggressively. Should have just, like, kept plussing. Yeah, you might be right, Ty. Nice. Alright, we win. Easy game. I should have upkeeped this, but it doesn't matter. The game is just over now. The game is like 100% over now. We've untapped. As long as I don't mess up. Right, I already have a Azcanta, don't I? So we untap a couple lands. I need to play fast, so I'm not going to look at chat for a little while. Time is the enemy now. I should upkeep that, but it doesn't matter. We're like so close to true infinite that like that sort of stuff doesn't actually affect things very much at this point. I should also have done this first. I guess I still can. Alright, draw a card. Get rid of this. Temple Garden Teferi. Cast this. Time Walk. Victory has been declared. Hey, George, you and I both know we've seen people lose from this position IRL. Admittedly a bit harder to do it online. Admittedly somewhat harder to lose from this position online. Right, overtapped, whatever. This is game 1. To be clear, this is game 1. We have been playing reasonably slowly. We have a collection of Nexi in our hand. I guess at this point I just like cast the Nexi and start attacking. I think we even have like an extra turn suspended at the moment. Alright, I think we got this. Look at how imposing our battlefield is. It's like taking up 2/3 of the screen space. Oh no, we can kill the mafioso, we just deck them. You just exile all their permanents and deck them. You cannot win if your opponent kills the Karn and has... You use up your 2 settles and your Cleansing Nova and they have a hexproof creature. Then you cannot win. Then you die to their Vine Bearer or whatever. But... deck building error, I guess. Hey Nucleo. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. It does seem that way, doesn't it? It does seem that way. Given Shalia's in the format? I don't think so. I don't think we need that. We have the Cleansing Nova in our deck because of Shalai. Though Shalai is like kind of annoying. But it's not them giving hexproof. I guess can you remove hexproof from a player with that land? Out of interest? Or is it just creatures? Chemister's Insight is nice. Chemister's Insight has been really solid. Been very happy with the card. Works on player, sick. Maybe that does help against Shalai. Can you imagine we have to mulligan this? It's like perfect mana. Settle into Lyra. But we're on the draw, so we're gonna die. Okay. To 5 we go. Cool. You know what? That's the perfect card to scry to the top. It's kinda yikes. It's kinda yikes. Oh, opponent's also on the yikes plan. The scry non-man to the bottom, missed land drop. Cool. Nice to know. We do want a land drop for Lyra. I'm probably just meant to keep this and not be greedy. Am I just casting a 4/3 and trying to kill them? Or am I gaining life? I kind of want to cast a 4/3 and try and kill them. I'm gonna regret this like several turns down the line. Such as immediately. Such as right this second I regret it. It did not take me long to regret it. We do need Restoration Angel. I guess I'm just going to try and block with this on the Steamkin. Probably force them to bolt the Knight. Get to bolt out their hand so they can't target Lyra. This has been a nice multi-5. I'm not sure this multi-5 could actually be any better. Need them to not have like a pair of Wizard's Lightnings, I guess. Or a Fight with Fire. This deck seems pretty solid. Feels like, you know, it obviously needs a bit of tuning, but feels solid so far. The life gain off this is really nice, but I think I want to just like fill up my yard so I can flip Azcanta sooner. Because this is gonna like probably soak up a bunch of burn here. God damn. That's really strong. Get to hit us for 6. I mean, that was definitely the argument for just like leaving open Settle, but Steamkin plus Fight with Fire is so nice. You just like get to kick this so often. Ooh. I'm gonna keep that one and pass with Settle up. And next time we get to cast this, plus activate Azcanta. Yeah, like, the Fog deck is definitely weaker than it used to be, but most of the decks are weaker than they used to be. It's felt decent so far. Like, we need to get some of the numbers sorted out, but hey, Marcus. This means they can now kick a Fight with Fire, which is not the dream for us. But I'm still gonna do this. The Peacemaker's gonna get us out of just like Fight with Fire on its own killing us. I mean, I'm hoping it's real, Matthew, so this is the sort of deck I enjoy too. Might just want more of this card on our board. This is looking so good. Get to transform our Azcanta too. Alright, what are we doing? Go to Teferi plus Peacemaker. Decent chance that Teferi dies if we do that, but if it soaks up damage, that's good. If it does... I think we're meant to Teferi plus Peacemaker, right? Even Teferi tuck the Steamkin. That's like not unreasonable. Yeah, Teferi minus actually sounds decent to me. I think I agree. Yeah, we've got all the cards we want, right? We just need time. We just need, like, to buy time. And we'll win. Because we got all the cards we could possibly want. With Azcanta active, Chemister's Insight in the yard. So just cutting them off their Tarmogoyf seems really strong. How is Fog doing? We're 2-2, but we're currently ahead in this match. We're like up a game, and this game's looking probably in our favour. Wow. I am okay with that aggro Fight with Fire. Jeez. I am very okay with that. Hey. We found my knight. I'm so happy. life. What's the not again about, George? I'm just gonna block here, I think. Activate this. Thanks for the bits, Phil. Taking over that bit war. Declaring bit dominance, in fact. Declare dominance, oh my god. I don't want to hold this land now. I guess mana's our main constraint though. Alright. I should speed up. I should speed up. We're at 18, yeah. We were at 8 like 3 turns ago. There's a lot of life gain in this deck, George. So many healing salves. I am feeling well healed. I should be vaguely sensible here. It's not going to be easy to lose, I'll say that much. Thanks, Nucleo. Appreciate you. Oh my god. Holy cow, the chat at the moment. Oh. We can actually die here, jeez. Could actually die. The cup is like broken. The cup overfloweth indeed. Shoshi, I should focus on this game, right? I've got 6 minutes left if I lose this game. Winning a match is going to be really tricky. We have a Lyra left in our deck to kill them with. But I think that's all we have left to kill them with. Otherwise we have to do this hard mode. Yeah, we have an Insight in our yard. I can't cast it right now, but thanks for the heads up. Nexus, you say? Cast this. Activate Azcanta. Grab this Nexus. Play this. Hey, Pixel. I just have to do this really fast. I should have an upkeep stop for this Nexus. Shuffle it back in. I cannot look at chat at the moment, by the way. Sorry, y'all. I have important things to focus on here, such as not losing to mono red. Sure, whatever, that does nothing. Some point I might just start divinating instead of activating Azcanta. Probably once I have like a couple turns stacked up. I'm just going to draw for turn. I'm going to remove some stops too whilst I'm at it. Try and speed things up here, because like I don't think we can actually whiff anymore. I just like need to make sure I do this in time. Right, we have 1 turn stacked up. Because we need to find our Lyra to kill them at some point soon. She's now on the bottom. So we want to activate Azcanta like 3 or 4 more times, I guess. To get Lyra nearer the top. Plus Teferi. Oh, I guess I should have cast that charter course. Whatever. So I think this is the final Azcanta activation. And then I'm going to stop activating it. Because then Lyra should be like pretty... Oh no, we're putting her on the bottom again? What the fuck? That sucks. Oh, because we're reshuffling, right? We're reshuffling? Jeez, that sucks. Alright. Oh, we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. I'm going to start casting Draw 2s now instead of activating Azcanta. I guess now I have to do this because I need an extra turn. Like, pretty soon. Herp-a-derp-a-derp. Where are they? They are hiding. I will catch up on chat in a minute. I really want to win this game. I really want to win this game. Where is the damn Lyra? Show me my angel. Oh. Where's my angel fence? Indeed. Indeed. Alright, seriously. This is getting silly. I don't want a Nexus of Fate. Don't you understand? I don't want a Nexus of Fate. Yes. No. Thank God. I'm just gonna flip this into the yard to get the search off the table, because the trigger's gonna kill me. This opponent gonna try and tie me out. I think my opponent's gonna try and tie me out here. Oh, so how's your day going, chat? How's your day going? I have to pay close attention is the worst thing. Doop derp 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 derp. I think we're having a break from Turbo Fog after this league. I think we're going to try something else for a minute. Play some black-green graveyard stuff. I might try some more tokens. I'm just gonna get this off the table, get rid of the stupid trigger. Trigger's gonna kill me. Takes us like 5 seconds a turn. There's no way we're actually timing out here. Yeah, opponent's trying to make us lose on time. But, like, we're literally taking 5 seconds a turn here. So, that's not gonna happen. Oh, that 5-0'd. I'll take a look at it, Cambo. Huh. That's interesting. Disinformation campaign, jeez. Alright, alright. I think I'm in for some disinformation. Quite possibly. It keeps happening. Red clock. Just like never winning with more than 1 minute on the clock. Yeah, I've heard it's just like busted and sealed. Which information campaign was that? That one. This other deck. Ooh, Gruesome Menagerie. Huh. Wild. Literally taking 5 seconds per turn. I can believe it's busted in Two-Headed Giant. Though to be fair, lots of cards are busted in Two-Headed Giant. My favourite one was, what was the... Actually, my favourite one is Grey Merchant. Grey Merchant is great. Palace Siege is pretty busted too. In Two-Headed Giant. Just like drain for 4. Opponent is trying to, but we have to have one more combat step and we've got almost a minute. Like, there is no world in which we're timing out unless like a meteor hits the house. Right? Which, you know, is in the range of possibility. We did have, like, the electricity cut on Sunday, or yesterday, during the stream, so could happen. Doesn't seem like great life EV for my opponent, though. Extort in Two-Headed Giant, oh my god, that's delightful. But, like, I'm streaming. I literally can't leave my computer. I don't know. I don't know. Googling ways to DDoS. Oh my god. Jeez. No, opponent's not saying anything. I actually don't need to take this time walk, right? But whatever. Yes, hello, this is the SWAT team. Would you open your door, please? Oh my god. How do we, I'll probably report this, like, after the stream. Make, like, a note of the name. Oh my god, the best. It was so amazing. So, like, complete opposite of the scenario. We're playing against someone in Sealed on Friday in the pre-release queues. And we had 30 seconds left on our clock. And they had, like, 3 minutes left, 4 minutes. So we're having to play super fast, otherwise we're gonna time out. But we're also really far behind. But they just start aggressively chump blocking to try and, like, eat up our clock, rather than, like, winning the game with their dominant board position. and inevitably they end up dying because they, like, chump blocked too aggressively to eat into our clock and we didn't time out before we killed them. It's like, this is so absurd. People are so desperate to time each other out. I wish I could, like, look away from the screen to go build this disinformation deck. But the moment I do that, I'm gonna die. Because I'm not gonna be, like, looking at the clock. I think we're playing the disinformation deck, though. Seems pretty great to me. Alright, they've conceded. They have seen the writing. Thank God. Alright, let's open this treasure chest. We aren't it. We aren't this one. Need a treasure chest in my life. Ooh, profit. Nice tidy tick of profit. Is this worth anything? This is seeing play, right? In Legacy. This is seeing play in Legacy at the moment. Bonus round. That's like 14 cents. It is seeing play in Legacy though. Alright, this is sweet. What do we think about this list? I kind of want more Peacemakers. Peacemaker was great. Peacemaker was so good. Don't know how to feel about this otherwise though. It felt strong. Felt like this isn't, like, too far off where we want to be.